Hello, and welcome to Hump Day Lunch Break Live. How is everyone doing today? I am just getting onto my feed right now, just to make sure I can see everything going. But say hi, tell me where you're at today and what you're having for lunch. I'd love to know. I actually had mini corn dogs earlier, and sorry I started this, had this scheduled a little later today. I was working, and I just had to get some things done for work. So, with that being said, I'm going to move this off and kind of bring in some of the stuff that we're going to be using today. So, we're going to be working with Taco Fiesta. It's a cute little stamp set, and it's kind of overlooked in the catalog. So, I don't know that a lot of people have seen it, but it is really adorable. And if you go out there on Pinterest or whatever and check it out, you are going to see some really cute cards out there. So one of the reasons I'm going to bring this up right here. So here is the mini catalog, and look at those cute cards in here with that set. But one of the reasons I'm bringing this stamp set up is because this is a stamp set that I am offering as part of a class that you can earn. So when you place cumulative orders of $150 in my online store from beginning of January until the end of February, you'll be invited to a special class. So to get more information on that, you'll need to join my email list, and I will be sending that out at end of day today. Again, it's just a reminder. So you can get this class for free. It is a really adorable class. You're going to love it. So on to our stamping today. So let's see here. I need to just grab my measurements here so I have them handy. The other things I'm pulling in is going to be my stylish shaped dies. Now, if you don't have dies, you can use punches. They will work just the same. So I'm using the second to largest circle, and I'm using this longer banner. I'll need 2 circles. And then I've also pulled in my decal rectangles. And I'm not using this largest one. I don't know why that came out. I'm using the third to largest, just to give my card a little more fun. But if you don't have a die cut machine and you don't have the dies, you can go ahead and use a punch, or you can just cut out a rectangle. All right, let's get started on our pieces. So it looks like it's going to be a lot. It really isn't. It's a pretty quick card, but it's kind of a fun fold. And that is the other reason I'm doing this card today, because I am going to be doing a fun fold class series, which starts this Friday at 5 o'clock. So it will be 4 or 5 classes long, and I'll be listing all the dates. It won't be every week, and there'll be an ordering special along with that class. But yeah, hopefully you'll join me. And again, join my email list. If you haven't, it will be in the description of the YouTube video and also in the links in the comments of this video. And I will make sure to get that in just a few minutes right after the video ends. All right, let me turn down my volume here. All right. Hi, Beth. Hi, Becky. Hello, Barbara. How are all of you today? All right, so the next thing I'm also going to pull in is I need to have my black memento pad. I'm pulling in I have a whole bunch of blends sitting next to me, some blends. I'm doing my Granny Apple Green. I'm doing Cherry Cobbler. And I need my scissors. Just make sure these are my Cherry Cobblers. Okay, Cherry Cobbler. And then I'm pulling in my dark So Saffron and my dark Daffodil. So it'd actually be 4 different sets that I would be pulling in. Okay, let's get started on the beginning of our card. So the first thing we do is we have a piece of thick white. This is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. Let's go ahead and give it a nice press here so it sits nice and flat. Then I need a piece of Designer Series paper. This piece of Designer Series paper started off as 5 1/4 wide by 12 inches long. I cut my first piece to be 5 1/4 by 9.5, And my second piece is 1 3/4 by 5 1/4. Oops, it should have been 5 1/2, but we're going with 5 1/4. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and adhere that onto the front of our card. Just like that. All right. And next, I'm going to take one of my stitched, my stylus shaped circles. And, oh my, I had some things on my table that I just don't see anymore. Oh, here we go. Okay. I saved myself a little time by doing some of the stamping early. If I start running short on time, I'll grab those in. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece of basic white cardstock. Now, I've used thick white for everything on this card, just so I didn't have to go back and forth between the basic white. And because I left a little mark for my nail polish on here, I have to use my other side. So we're going to be using this other side. Now, this piece measures 3 1/2 by 4 3/4. It's just showing a little bit of the edge of the Designer Series paper, and that's really what I want, because I want to focus on my focal point. So this is going to be our little taco. So we're going to grab our taco here. Oopsie. So I had it all pulled out earlier and on blocks, but of course I took them all off. All right, so we'll start with this one here. I'm going to go ahead and ink up my stamp here with black memento ink. I'm using the black memento because I'm going to be using my blends, and I'm going to stamp this right in the middle of my circle. All right, then I'm going to take, oh, next thing I want is my little tag here, and I am going to stamp the phrase, "Long time no taco." So let's go ahead and get a block here. I'm going to stamp that in my black. Just like that. All right. Let's gotta get some cleaner on my scrub over here, just so I can clean these as I go. All right, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my block here and put those on there as I finish, because this way I can just put all that away when I'm done. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and stamp a couple more things. I'm going to do all my stamping right away. So I do have a rectangle here. And again, this is one of the decal edge dies. So I need to have this one, and I'm going to stamp right in my bottom corner here. And we're going to stamp the little burrito. Now, why did I pick this stamp set today? Again, because I'm offering this as a free class. Now, this is a card that's not in the class, so you're getting a freebie here. And then when you get the class, you'll get the stamp set, so you can take it home with you, and you will get some other card designs. All right, and I need one more thing stamped here, and that is going to be on my other circle that I have. And I am going to stamp the pepper, the large pepper, the small pepper, and this little wedge of lime. Because, you know, if you have cilantro, you kind of almost need to have lime to kind of cut that cilantro in there. All right. So I'm just going to put all three of them on one block, just like that. We'll ink it up. And I'll stamp right on here. I'm going to stamp it towards the lower part of the circle because I am going to put a sentiment across the top there. All right, there we go. All right. So my stamping's done. I'm just letting my memento ink, oopsie, there's one piece I forgot to stamp. I need just a 1/2 inch strip. So it's just a scrap of paper. And I want to stamp, okay, so I put long time no taco, and I think we'll do spectacular taco. Well, I can't even say it. You know, read the word. Oh. So I'm just going to stamp that right on there. All right. I should have like colored it different colors, but I didn't. Oh well. Okay. I moved that out of the way. I'm going to take my snips here, and I am just going to just give this little snip here, little snip here, and that piece is done. Okay, let's go ahead and start coloring here. So let's start with our taco. And for this one, I'm going to, again, grab my dark So Saffron and my dark daffodil. And we'll start with my dark daffodil. And I'm going to just go ahead and add some of that right along the bottom here of my shell. And you know what? I think I'm going to just come up right around the top here. Okay. And while I have this out, I may as well just do my burrito shell as well. So on this one, I'm just adding some of the dark daffodil where they had those little spots. Let me zoom in a little bit here. Let's see. I'm hoping you can see that better. So there's these little dots. So I'm just putting in that there, and then I'm just giving it a shadow kind of right around where that burrito shell wraps. And we'll do it underneath the lettuce right here. There we go. Okay. Now we'll go ahead and bring in our So Saffron, our dark So Saffron. And I'll start over here, and I am just going to blend in that dark daffodil. So I'm really just pulling it in here. So I don't have a drastic, one color change to another. And then I'll color in the middle. Now it looks kind of streaky right now. It'll go ahead and all blend in together as soon as it dries. No worries about that. It's not like your markers or your pencils where it gets a little streaky. All right, so we've got that one covered. Now, I am going to warn you that sometimes this will bleed through, even on the thick white. So if you're going to have this be showing on the back of something, beware that you have that. You'll have to cut out another circle and put it over the top, just so you can hide it. But we don't have to worry about that on this card. On this one, actually, we will. But I was actually going to cut this out and then put it on here, and I forgot. So, oh well, it'll show. But I don't think anyone's going to really notice unless they're looking for it, And I'll show you in just a minute. Okay, so I'm done with my yellows. Now I'm going to pull in my granny apple greens so I can do my lettuce here. So let's, oopsie. We'll start with this lettuce here. I'm going to start with my dark. I have a habit of always starting with the dark for some reason. I just feel like I can blend it a little better. And this part of the lettuce is really kind of small. So blending it is not really going to be as noticeable. I'm going to do the other lettuce over here. I'm really just going to just do it just a little bit around the detailed edge there. And now I'm going to come back in with my light. I'm going to let that dry in a little bit, and I'll just get this one over here. But I like to do, if I'm using the same color, I like to do all the same things all at one time. So there's that one. I still have to do that, but we'll come back to that. Okay. All right. So there we've got our, oh, darn it. There we've got our taco and our burrito. Let's see if I can rub this out. All right. I was able to. So I just used my little mono ink eraser, and I was able to get that nail polish off. Okay. Let's get our little lime here going, and I forgot what I stamped it with before. I had it here, and it was colored, and I can't find it now. Okay. So I'll just have to pretend I remember what I colored. It Well, we'll just go with our dark granny apple green here and do the rind of our lime here. I almost said lemon. All right, and then I'm just going to do the insides of the lime right there. And I'm not really being super particular. I should have been a little more careful there, but. And now we're just going to use our light and just blend it all together. Here we go. Okay. Now we're going to pull in our cherry cobbler here. And I want to start with my dark again. Actually, this time we'll start with light. Okay, so I'm going to have my chisel side here. And I'm just going to color in this area. I'm just trying to be careful of that pepper, like the leaf area, the stem area. All right, and we'll just color this in. I could have used the brush side. I may do that in a minute. All right. Okay, so we got that colored in. I'm going to go ahead and bring in my dark. And now I'm just going to add some, well, I would say highlights, but since it's a darker color, we'll say lowlights. All right, so we've got it there. And I think we'll just run it down kind of the back side here. There we go. Oh my goodness, I'm coloring outside the lines today. All right, and so now, put that in. And I'll grab this dark again, and we're going to do this small little chili in just the dark. I really wanted a more vibrant color than like red for my pepper, so I chose that. I'm going to bring in my dark granny apple green again. And I'm going to get these stems in there. Oh, I'm coloring this one terrible. Okay, and through the magic of TV, we have a much better coloring job. I'm going to zoom back out now so we can get our card going. So we've got our stamping done. We'll just put our things up here for right now, because next thing we want to do is we want to be scoring our designer series paper here. So we need to bring in our trimmer or our scorer. And the first thing we do is I'm going to be very careful when I'm scoring, because this paper can tear very easy. You want to make sure that you're not pressing down too hard. So just a little tip there. All right, so on the 9.5 inch side, we're going to score at 3 3/4 for the first one. All right, again, gently. You can go back and forth several times. Just do it gently. Then I'm going to 4 3/4. Again, just gently doing this. And then I'm going to scoot down to 5 3/4. All right. Okay. Oh, excuse me. Watch out. Watch out. Sorry, I have a dog that's laying right behind me and it won't move. Come on, move. And I had to roll back to get something here. I have my sample and I was going to show you what my sample looked like, but I don't have it now. Okay. All right. So now we want to go ahead and burnish where our score lines were. So I'm going to here. And we're going to be mountain folding it. So I want this to be my inside. Sorry, I had to think about that. So this is going to be my inside. So I'm doing this way. And then I'm going to my next score line. I didn't really score that well, quite well enough. Let's grab our bone folder in here. All right, then my next score line is right here. All right, so we're making like almost a little booklet. But when you open the booklet, it's got the little mountain here. Okay, next we're going to do, we're going to take this corner and fold it down. I'm not going to bother measuring it. I'm just going to fold it down. We're forming a little pocket here. Okay, I want to make that, well, all right. It is what it is now. If you wanted to make it straighter, you could. I really didn't pay attention. So, next thing we'll do is we're going to bring in our card base. And we're going to do this. So I notice how this is going to be centered right here. So I'm going to adhere this, the inside piece first. So when I flip this over, I do not want to put adhesive here because that's where our little gift card or note is going to go. So I'm going to take my Seal Plus here because I do want a strong adhesive, and I'm going to put adhesive here, here, and here, so along the 3 sides. So I'm just going to run this down, turn it, and then turn it again. All right, so again, this side is not adhered. There's no adhesive in the middle. So now I'm just going to center this. And actually an easier way for you to center that might be to go this way. And then when you have it where you want, you can just close your card just like that. And I've got some more. I don't know what's with my nail polish. It's like, it's not like it was wet. I don't know. I guess maybe I didn't put a top coat on. Oh, who knows? All right. So now when I open it, I've got this side all nice and adhered. I'm going to go ahead and put my adhesive around this side now. You can do all 4 sides. Oh, all 4 sides. All right. Come on, get going here. All right, and just close it again. Give it a nice press, and there you go. Okay. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to be adhering that decal rectangle right on the inside here. So just right in here. So we're just going to put adhesive along this side, just like that. And I'm not putting it all the way in. I'm just putting it about halfway. So just about here, I'm just kind of eyeballing it. There's no right or wrong. If you push it all the way in, it'll be fine. You can do that. All right. So here we go. So there's that piece. Let's get to the front of our card done. And oh my gosh, our taco isn't completed yet. So I need to finish that up. I was saving that little piece for last. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my block here. And there are these cute little faces. Now, I was not one to ever stamp little faces on my images, but these are too cute to pass up. I just got to say, they really are. So I am actually going to be stamping a face on here and face on here. And I've decided I'm going to use the one with the mustache. And I'm waiting till the end here to do that. That way I know that my blends are dry and it's not going to bleed. It was much easier to color with not having this stamped on first. So go ahead and get this inked up. I just need to turn this so I can put his little face on there. Just like that. And then I'm going to see, hopefully it'll fit here. So put his little face here. I just thought that was stinking cute. All right. I crack myself up. Okay, if you haven't ever watched my videos before, you'll know that I crack myself up a lot. All right, so we're going to bring back in our basic white here. And let's see if my eraser will take that off. The reason I want this side is because my edges are a little ragged over there. And it's because I need to replace my trimmer blade. And I just have been lazy about it. Okay, here we go. All right, so I am just going to adhere this to the front. And I will be using some dimensionals. So let's get those out. And I'm sorry, my allergies just really like kicked in like an hour ago. So I'm sorry if I'm sniffly on the video. I apologize. Nothing I can do about it. All right, see you later, Barbara. Hi, Charlotte. Okay, so we're working with Taco Fiesta today. What are you all having for lunch? I would have loved to like have been better planned and say, yeah, I had nachos for my lunch or tacos for my lunch. But yeah, I didn't plan ahead. So I picked this card out before I decided to go grocery shopping. So it's not like I like coordinated it. Or I mean, I went grocery shopping before I picked out the card. I don't normally try to coordinate my lunch with my card I'm making. Just saying. But it would have been a cute idea, right? Okay, so now we've got our little taco face. And this nail polish is really irritating me. Okay. All right. So we're going to also put this up on some dimensionals as well. I like the white on white, but, you know, sometimes just having that extra dimension on there really makes it pop up a little bit more. Okay, I know. That's what these are. Pop-ups, right? But you get what I mean. It gives it more dimension. Oh, wait, they're called dimensionals. Okay, I can't find the right word I want. It's dimension, you know, it gives it depth and dimension, and I don't know. That's what I'm trying to use. I guess that's the words. Okay, and we're going to put our long time no taco right across the front. I'm just going to use some adhesive right in the middle of my tag here, and we'll put it here. All right, just like that. Now we need some embellishments to kind of, oh, you know, I lied. I forgot I was putting ribbon on. So I'm going to move this, move my strip down. Good thing I didn't press that on really good. All right, so there we go. I'm going to bring in my metallic ribbon. So this is the Parakeet Party metallic ribbon. Yes, I have a much larger piece than I need, but I just want to make a small bow. And I'm going to take a glue dot to glue it down. But this is just a fun card. This was actually a card that we made during the online convention that I was in this past weekend. And it was one of our mystery cards. So let me tell you, what is mystery card, are you asking? Well, mystery card is where someone gives you the dimensions that you need for a card. So you cut all your materials. You cut your cardstock, your designer series paper, blah, blah, blah. And I had everything going, and then they tell you, okay, put your card together. They don't tell you, like, use this stamp set or, you know, how to score. They tell you how to score things, but they don't tell you how to assemble it. So you're kind of left with a stack of paper going, okay, what do I do now? Well, so I had it all right. It was all good. I had adhered this down, made a cute card. And now, so when I got to the reveal, they're like, oh yeah, so you make this little pocket. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to redo my card. The same thing I used before and do the same thing. Well, the designer series paper I used, on one side was one color and the other side was a totally different color that would not match my project. So note to self, when you are doing this kind of card, make sure that whatever is on the other side is what you'd want to see or does coordinate with the side that you're using. Just a little tip. Okay, let's go back and let's put our little ribbon on here. And now you can put it right in the middle. You can put it off to the side. Totally up to you. I'm going to do it off to the side a little bit. So we're just going to take a glue dot. I'm just going to roll it up into a little log there. And we'll put it right on my front. And we'll just put my bow right on top there, just like that. Now to finish it off is we'll be adding the Milky Back adhesive gems here. So these are new in the mini catalog. There are 4 different colors. Here's more like a, I don't even know what color this is, like a opaque. And this is like a, it's kind of like a pinkish tone to it. Obviously a blue and a gold, yellow. So we're going to be using this one. And we're going to put one here. And we'll put one up here. And we'll put another one up here. I don't know, right here. And I think I'll put another one over here. And one more. I need one more. Small one we'll just do right there. Okay. All right. I like to do my embellishments in odd numbers. Just a visual thing. Oh, I forgot. We have 2 more things to actually put in our card. So our card front is finished. Our card middle is finished. Now let's finish this other part here. So what I'm going to do to hold all that down is I'm going to be putting my little circle here and my sentiment. So you can choose to put your sentiment wherever you want. I'm just going to put it right on the top there. And I am just going to adhere it flat. For the fact that I don't want to have to, something popped up on the inside of my card, because then it won't sit nice and flat and go in the envelope, and just causes some issues. Okay, so here's that. Let's get his face a little straight here, though. All right, and we'll go ahead and add adhesive to our little strip here. All right, so now we could have our little card here be a little note card or your little gift card right on the inside. So, hope you liked today's card. It was a quick and easy lunch break. Join me tomorrow night is our Stampin' Fun and More at 6:44, my weekly online class. I will also be doing Fun Fold Friday, and Fun Fold Friday will be this Friday at 5 p.m. Hopefully, I'm going to be able to swing that. We'll see. But Fun Fold Friday will be 3 fun folds. And you can earn that class for free. So join me Friday night at 5 p.m. or watch the replay. Watch it up on YouTube. I'll have all the details on how you can get your class. When you spend $35 in my online store, you will get that Fun Fold class. Now, that is the only way you're going to get the cards and the dimensions and the tutorial, is if you purchase in my online store. I will not be posting those anywhere. I'll post the pictures, but I'm not going to post the dimensions and everything else. So the only way to get the dimensions is to watch the video and or purchase the class. All right. Take care. Happy Wednesday. Have a good rest of the week. Hopefully we see you tomorrow night. Stampin' Fun and More on my Facebook page at 6:44. Bye.